Hello, everybody. This podcast is Lava. My name is James Font, and with me this week is Silas Whitlock, Sam Shoemaker, and our very special guest, Frank Bartoe. So, Langley just got back from basic training, and is it ATI?
AIT. It's
AIT.
OSUT.
I know the words.
OSUT.
What is it for?
What is it? OSUT is it's one station unit training. So you do your basic and your AIT all in one. So AIT technically doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist ever, or just now?
You have a schooling part, but it's basically...
Is it just for reserves, or is it for...
It's for the
everybody?
entirety of 12 Bravos in general. So like you're doing it all
Real
the way
quick,
through.
start over. Sorry. What branch are you in?
I'm in the Army.
Why?
I don't know. I
You're
looked
just
at the
cannon
Navy and Air
fodder.
Force,
You're
but,
just cannon fodder. You didn't... Wait, Air Force? Did you just say Air Force?
I looked at the Air Force, yeah, I did. And then...
You're taller than I am, and I'm too tall to be an air pilot.
well, yeah, no, I didn't want to go in the sky. I have a fear of heights, so screw that, but...
Oh,
yeah,
like drone things?
Ooh, yeah, I'm playing on an Xbox controller behind the TV screen.
It's just like Call of Duty, but with real people.
Right.
So, you are in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't your dad in the military?
Yeah, he was in the reserves also for like 13 years.
Also
like that.
Army?
So yeah, he was Army too.
Okay.
So
That's probably a big influence, is Army.
yeah, definitely.
Now, do you know why he wanted to be in the Army?
Clue. I just
you doing, so Dad, why were you in the Army? And he's like, well, son, put his hands on his shoulder. And he's like, I just saw one. And then he tells you this long story, and you go, wow, thanks, Dad.
honestly, Modern Warfare 3 really inspired me to.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Side note to that, actually, it was like the second day of basic, and we're like 48 hours in, and
God.
they have us all like line up in the bay. We have this massive bay that can fit like 64 people or something like that, and this guy gets on the line and he's just bawling his head off, and the drill sergeants are all over him. You don't want to show emotion there. That's like the biggest mistake you can make.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
We know, because we didn't go there because of that reason.
right.
We
Because
just be
James
crying.
cries, and so
I
I
do
have to
cry.
be here to support him.
Right.
Is that? No, Silas has seen me cry once. Like 10 years ago. Seriously, oh crap, 10 years ago.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. I mean,
It was at church. Anyways, so this guy was crying.
yeah, so this guy's crying, and the drill sergeant's like, what'd you expect? You know, you're in basic. It's going to suck. Get over it. Embrace suck, blah, blah. And this guy's like mumbling under his breath and everything. He's like, I thought it'd be like Call of Duty, to be honest. And he wasn't joking. He was being full on serious.
No.
Like, bawling his head off. And yeah, he
Oh,
got,
my gosh.
he didn't make it. But
He didn't make it.
Yeah, I'd imagine not.
What's
Yeah,
the percentage of people that make it?
well, my platoon alone. So you have 3 platoons. You have first platoon, second, third. And then, so we started out with 68 and we ended with 23.
Holy
dang.
crap. Well,
Yeah.
good job, dude.
right?
Congratulations on getting in. That's
Right.
awesome.
That's the thing. Every time someone would drop out, everybody would be like, oh man, I'm so sad that person's gone. I'm like, that's one more person that like we don't have to be a part of that percentage. So that makes our chances less and less of failing if we're not part of the percentage that did fail. So
Yeah, that works.
That's very true.
So how did your family and friends react? Because it came out of nowhere for us, because we aren't really very close, unfortunately.
yeah, actually, it kind of came out of nowhere for myself. I was like, it was like, I don't know. 6
Okay,
months.
so like, you made the decision. Did you go see a recruiter?
Yeah, I went to see a recruiter, and it was like 6 months after I graduated high school. I realized that I wasn't doing anything with my life. And I was like, ooh, I better, like, I realized that I was immature to the point where, like, if I didn't get moving with something that would instill discipline, then I would be stuck there till, like, my mid-20s and have some...
And
So you'd be exactly like me? I take offense to that.
No.
No, just kidding.
Oh, man, but no.
Well, the
Like
thing
all 3 of us?
so you were just like, all right, so let's get engaged and go to the Army.
Basically, yeah. That's kind of how that
I mean,
went.
that's awesome.
It was
It's
like,
Congratulations on that,
Wait,
by the way.
yeah, thank you.
But you're like, I'm so immature. I'm so immature to the point where I'm analyzing myself and realizing that I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
to a point.
at
It's like that's like
18.
a huge maturity thing, dude.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. For me, I was like, I think the thing is I recognized it, but I realized that, like, I couldn't do it by myself. I'd need someone else to basically.
Were you getting pressured by anybody?
I wasn't getting pressured by anybody. Actually, my entire family, my grandmother told me, she was like, if you join the Army, I just want you to know I'm going to disown you and you're going to be taken out of the will. And I was like, oh, well, no, it's going to be.
It's like, you're broke anyway, Grandma.
Yeah. No, but I was like, okay, well, I was like, screw me, right? So,
My grandma can't take
Oh my
me out of the
gosh.
will. She's dead.
yeah.
I don't.
Big oof.
Yeah, the biggest of oofs.
And not really. She was 101. I'm not really that sad.
Legendary.
0 deaths.
How many assists? I'm joking.
Yesterday on Rainbow Six, I got 8 assists. I was so
I would be
angry.
so mad.
I was so mad.
Yesterday
mad.
on Rainbow Six. No, wait. Nope. The internet was out. Didn't play any games.
Anyways, you're 6 months out of high school. You think I need to go do something. Did you try anything first? What did you try?
Yeah, I tried to kind of.
Because I know you worked in an ice cream shop.
Yeah, I was at an ice cream shop, and
You got an Audi, which we were all very jealous of because none of us have had a cool car. Silas has a Volvo now.
oh no, the Audi sucked. I dropped about $2,000 on that car.
Oh,
Within half a year and
balls.
sold it like right away because I realized that it was the biggest. Here's the thing: BMWs and Audis are like iPhones. Like once the new update comes out, once the new phone comes out, they're useless. They're no longer. Like I kid you
that
not.
makes sense. I've
Like,
heard that.
Yeah, it honestly is because that car it only had 115,000 miles. It was like the biggest turd I ever owned. I hate
Oh
it.
my gosh.
I owned a Toyota Corolla. It's like a Nokia.
Dude, no, okay. Grace owns a Corolla, and that thing will not die. Or no, she owns a Camry. And that thing is like resilient.
Mine had over 300,000 miles.
Yeah, hers is coming up on 300,000. I'm like,
It drove great, but I had to sell it because it had a strut bad and the clutch was going.
mhm.
I was like, I really don't want to spend $1,500. Plus, I wasn't driving it very much.
Yeah, I know that is, but like, yeah, I'm like hoping her car will hang out long enough till after we get married, and then die, because I think it's ugly. I don't really like the car, but I'm like, if it can hold out just long enough for us to make money to buy a new car, that'd be great. But
When is the wedding date?
August 10th, so pretty
And
excited.
how old are you?
I'm 19. I'm gonna be 20 by then. So
Nice. I was 19 when I got married. So.
ooh,
I was at the age I was when I got married in the future.
Sam, how old were you?
I want to say I got married when I was 21.
Were you 21?
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
21
'cause I
because
got-
I
You've
was
only
21.
been married a year. You haven't been
Yeah,
married quite
I
a year
haven't even
yet.
been married a year. I'll be 1 year next month.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Oh,
anniversary, dude. I was in your wedding.
You
I was
were.
really fat. I'm
Both of
fat
you were
again.
in my wedding.
I was the best man.
Langley wasn't because he wasn't invited.
Ah,
Wow, Sam.
Yeah,
Right.
well, honestly,
Unbelievable.
to be fair, I don't really
I
know.
was gonna say
We're not like, I know you. I know of you.
I saw you at the orchestra in Defiance when my sister played in the Star Wars deal.
Dude, I listened to Alex Jones for 4 hours on our trip down to Florida. I drove for 20 hours straight, and around 4 a.m.
At what
The
point-
floor, it's
at
making
what-
turn
I was
into
gonna say,
frogs.
at what
Dang it,
point
I
did you
butchered it.
start to think, water's turning frogs gay?
No, it is a legitimately scary podcast because he talks about conspiracies that very well could be true. And Olivia, she had to turn off the podcast a couple times and be like, I need to take a breather because she's like, this is really intense.
Dude, he's
Because he supposedly has a ton of knowledge that is real.
right. Yeah, no. And that's the thing, like
No, you gotta go.
You have to filter it, though.
Yeah, you do.
You really have to be careful with your filters because
Because otherwise, you'll
Ju-
get all the tobacco and whiskey that he eats
he eats just
he freezes whiskey somehow.
with little chunks of tobacco in it, and then
Oh.
just like keeps it lodged on shelves in his
It's like
throat.
his,
That's why he's
all
like,
right, guys.
it's like his little cup of ice chips, but they're whiskey chips. He's over there munching on them the whole time.
That's gotta be some really weak whiskey to freeze. I'm just saying.
I've gone
No,
down.
it's heavy. It's heavy, but he puts it in it's
I have no idea what you're talking
It's heavy water from the nuclear
No,
bomb
like
process, and he just drinks it.
what is the cold
Ah.
Liquid nitrogen.
liquid nitrogen?
Yeah.
He mixes it with water that turned the frogs gay. I mean, you guys know that. right?
gay himself. I would never become a gay.
I will say that quote to a lot of people. They'll be like, "Yeah, fluoride in the water turns the frogs gay," and everybody's like, "I don't get it."
Supposedly,
Not everybody, but a lot
supposedly that is a scientifically backed study. But
Sam,
again,
Sam, shut up. You're not supposed to be talking to the podcast.
I don't get I've gone down the conspiracy rabbit hole, and it is the most terrifying thing you'll ever do in your
Oh,
life.
it's really bad.
Because one, you can't filter everything out. You can't the thing with people that go very far down the hole. I believe in certain scenarios that are suspicious and underhanded.
Suspicious.
But if you go down that hole, the hole is telling you, you get into a community of people that are telling you don't trust the government, don't trust the media, don't trust anything around you. And then you try and do the research, and then you're already believing the story, the narrative of everything around you is a lie. Everything in everything that's general knowledge, everything that's in the textbooks, everything that the media puts out, it's all a lie. Exactly. And so, like, yeah, to a certain degree, I'm like, we did some really messed up stuff. The government's done some really underhanded stuff, suspicious stuff, crazy stuff that's very factual. The greater good. We're going to make America. We're good. We're always the right people because we write history. But yeah, that's my take on it.
My parents want to move to Android.
Did you get a Samsung or a Google Pixel?
Google Pixel 3.
It's
Ooh.
a good phone. Nah, wait till it's 4.
Okay, can I just say,
Legitimately tell
Oh,
them to get the
no.
2.
now that we're on the topic,
Yeah, I
Interrupt
told
James.
them that.
now that we're on the topic, screw Google Pixel,
it's-
okay?
Okay.
They made their
better.
big stance against iPhone. If you go watch the original commercial, they're like, oh,
No,
no
I know
dongle,
what you're
no
saying.
dongle.
It's stupid.
And then
It's
they're
stupid.
like, oh, hey, here's a dongle. It's
No.
like, what?
I will 100% say with the Google Pixel 3, the Google Pixel 3 is one of the most disappointing phones I've ever owned. The Google Pixel 2 is awesome.
Try this. The $1,250 iPhone XS Max. You know what? The camera on the Google Pixel 2 is better
It is.
than this phone.
Well, yeah, the camera hasn't changed
The
since
entirety of this phone. I don't mean just this camera's phone. This phone's
phone-
camera.
So, no, I would tell them legitimately, for cost and everything, I would get the Google Pixel 2. You are not missing out on anything with the Google Pixel 3. Have them talk to me if you can do that.
See, didn't the Google Pixel have display issues, though? Like, they weren't as good of quality. They couldn't, like,
It
quite figure out
really,
their...
nobody cares.
Okay, so it's not
Seriously.
really recognizable.
We're talking about a 50-year-old man and a whatever how old your mom is. They don't care about that.
That was
it's
a smart
it's
move.
it's an OLED display. I know. It's an OLED display, dude. Nobody cares.
True.
It's a great phone. I really like my Google Pixel 3. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it. I
Mhm.
paid $550 for it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, with my iPhone, I got the, whatever, XS Max, whatever. And, like, I only paid, like, $6-something for it. And I got it for a super good deal. And it has, like, great overall...
It's great. You're like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I
but
will
it's
say
like,
the battery life is amazing.
Yeah, the battery life is impressive. Like, I can go all day on the phone and not have to worry about my phone dying. But, like, I don't know.
the dumbest thing is the Moto G4. It's like a whatever phone. It's only
Mhm.
like $300, like brand new. It has a 5,000 milliamp battery.
Yep.
It's awesome if battery is your main goal.
I know a phone that could trump that. Like,
Which one?
I don't know, almost 4 times over.
Which one?
The Energizer phone, I'm pretty sure is what it is. Have you heard of that?
I've never heard of the Energizer.
Or no,
phone.
Duracell?
I've not heard of it.
It's like, it has an 18,000 milliamp battery.
But does it have, like, basic functions?
Does it
or is
explode in your
like-
pocket?
Pretty much.
Well, you know
It
what's
is
better than
all the
all
way
our
around pretty
smartphones?
much.
A
It
flip
is
phone
seriously like
better.
half an inch thick.
That's
Yeah.
overkill.
It's-
He touched the no-touch sticks!
Oh, no.
Take off his hands!
So, anyways, back to Langley.
Wow, this is
Hey, I'm interested.
segued into every possible like avenue.
Hey,
except for,
that's the point of the interviews podcast.
It's
If
cool.
you could
I've had
think
fun
of
with-
a bunch of hamsters that get a hold of cocaine and then are released into a forest, that's
and then
what
they
we
get
do.
eaten by cats.
And eventually you have a hamster with
and
another
ingest
hamster's
them.
head in its hand, like just gnawing at it.
That's essentially what this podcast is.
Anyways, so he told me he has a crazy story to tell me.
Okay.
Tell us.
Oh yeah, that story's not that crazy. It sounds crazy.
It sounds okay. Start it with the how it sounds, and then explain how boring it is.
okay. So here,
I
let
don't
me
know.
start
I
off
don't
with
know the
this.
story. He just said this to me.
I'm gonna start off with this. I'm on the FBI watch list.
No, I heard about this. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
heard about this?
Yeah,
Alright.
the FBI told me.
Oh yeah,
I'm watching
you're,
you.
You're
We have
linked up.
connections.
This is actually the like, what's it called? Freaking
We're a sleeper cell.
yeah. There you go.
Asparagus. I'm gonna kill everybody.
Don't mind us, quick chopstick
Yes,
bunny.
Silas locks it. Wow.
Metal rail starts
Boy,
slowly falling
this
down the
Italian family at this restaurant sure is quiet. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so yeah, it was our first day of schooling, I guess, and that was like the first day we got on schedule. But they were like, "All right, guys, you're gonna go out, you're gonna go do your schooling, and blah blah blah. We're gonna go through a basic work day, and work day in the army is like from 6 o'clock to 1600, something like that. And so we do everything. We do all the schooling, which I don't know if I can go in detail on because it put me on the FBI watch list. But we went to school. Yeah, pretty much. It was just after they taught us to make explosives that they were like, okay, you're on the watch list now. So, like,
So, like, is everybody on a watch list then?
yeah, so everybody in my class that was put on watch list, even if they failed afterwards and got
So why is
kicked
it
out.
just you guys? Like, you're the only one that learned this?
So, like, 12 Bravos, they're combat engineers, and their, like, main expertise is kind of, like, explosives. They're,
Yeah.
like, next to the EOD. So, like, is that right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Looks
EOD,
right to
EOD
me.
sounds right.
Yeah, so basically, we're kind of in that same ballpark. And the thing is, they're like, you're on the FBI watch list, like, but don't get too excited because you're on, like, the very bottom of the watch list. They're like, so you're literally the last person they're going to come look for if crap goes down.
Anyways, you.
I don't figure out where to go with
so
that.
the
But I was
last,
like, there's
the
nowhere
last,
to go.
Let me start over with the last time I hung out with Langley. How old were you?
I was like 15, I think.
And I was like 17.
yeah, you came over. I think.
And after we hung out, we had a fun time.
Mm.
I think.
Yeah, it was
right?
a good time. I thought it was a good time.
I had a good time.
Yeah,
I had a great
It was
time.
reasonable.
But I think both of us realized like this age gap matters.
So that night went, Melanie and Rachel were there, and then it was James and I, and then there was myself, Melanie, James, and Rachel. I'm joking.
No, you're not. You're being completely serious. Because
That's
I went and
the
hung out with him for a while. It was like,
It
yeah.
was like a 2-hour spurt. Where
Yeah, James is a huge flirt.
I still am a huge
I
fan.
remember that, yeah. That's,
Still
I mean, those
you talked behind my back about it.
piercing
It's okay.
eyes into my soul. I can
My
feel
piercing
it.
brown eyes.
Langley's like
Piercing
over there
brown eye.
playing zombies. He's like,
Yeah, we played freaking Halo 4 and I was so angry because it wasn't Halo 3.
that's
Halo
because it
3.
was Halo 4.
Yeah, no, like that the game didn't live up to Halo 3 or Reach
True.
or
No,
anything
but-
because Bungie
yeah.
didn't make it. It was just a
343
garbage game. I was so
Industries
angry.
hasn't lived up to Halo.
We'll see what
since.
Halo Infinite looks like.
It's true. It looks pretty bomb. I mean, I didn't play Halo 5.
Anyway, so that was the last time I hung out with you.
I
It
didn't
was
play
like
Halo
15.
5 either.
It looks stupid. It's like they're trying to make Chief the bad guy. What are
I
you doing?
tried
Yeah.
to play it.
He's my dad.
I
Yeah,
started.
for real.
Okay.
Right,
But that's
though.
the thing. You grow up with having him being like the total baller of the main
Yeah.
character, like, oh, whooping up on everyone. And then it goes from that to, oh, there's this random new guy and he's going to kick Chief's butt. It's like,
No, he
how that
doesn't.
works.
He can't kick you. It's like saying I don't know. I know that was I didn't have an example there. So I'll stop now.
Alrighty.
Anyways, that was the last time I hung out with Langley, and I like Langley, and Langley's always been cool. I've always thought Langley was cool.
Try not to be divisive, yeah. Or is that the word? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
I don't know what you're.
I try not to be like, I try not to cause issues.
Oh,
with people.
yeah. Oh,
My-
I knew what that word was.
My
I'm an
mom,
idiot.
my mom always liked you. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that Langley Bartoe, he's such a cool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank co-op.
Like,
Like, when I
Mom,
was
you're a
younger, I
weird
had
lady.
no clue who she was, but she was like, Langley Bartoe, how are you? I was
Don't
like,
you love that
I'm
kid?
good.
Why can't my little James be like him?
Right?
Why can't he be a little?
So yeah,
a little
you're
good boy.
you are the expectation for all of us kids.
The
I
expectation.
hope you sleep well. at
A
night.
13-year-old was the expectation. My sister, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go over to James' house. She's like, James? She's like, you didn't talk to James. I was like, I know. I was like, it's kind of weird. I was like, but I'm going to do it anyhow. And she's
I'm
like,
so
okay.
glad you messaged me on Instagram because
I don't know
that's-
why. I was bored. It was like, I don't know what time. I was just like, okay, I'm text. Like,
Because I
moved on.
want that's what I want people to do. That's what I want. I want
Yeah.
people to want to be on our podcast.
Mhm.
yeah, I was like, well, the stickers look cool. And maybe I'll get a free sticker to
Oh
put
shit!
on my gun
Sam
bag.
did-
I'm joking.
Oh, we didn't.
Uh,
We'll get you a sticker.
Excuse,
You
come back
should
next
have
Thursday. I'm
someone
joking.
who's
Yeah,
sober.
for real though. For real
You
though.
should have. If you come back next week, you will get 4 free stickers.
Ooh, I don't want one, but okay.
No, 4 to give one to your fiance.
Okay, yeah. Put it on the
And
back of her
one to
car.
your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
She would love that.
Put on the back of my mom's phone. It's okay, mom.
Put it on the front of her phone, so every time she goes to use her phone.
Every time she turns
She-
on,
I just can't.
That podcast, those
Wow,
guys,
Langley looking out for me and my time.
making sure I
Because-
am entertained with
See?
quality content.
yeah. Always looking out for your mom.
Hey, Sam's
Sam's back
back.
in here. He has done extensive research on Al Capone, which we are not even recording tonight because Sam didn't do his research. And Silas also didn't do his research.
No, because I got more secure.
Sam,
to
put
play.
your headphones on. Also, your mic is off.
Hang on. I wrote a singular note about Al Capone.
Okay, so this is what Langley has to say about Al
He started one of the first soup kitchens. That's all I got.
he started.
Okay, cool. So that's not inaccurate. I watched a YouTube video and he said it. I was like, okay, cool.
Capone. Yep, because he wanted to be viewed as the good guy.
But
Yes,
Said that last week.
and that's the thing. I guess I shouldn't talk about him. Yeah,
No, we're not talking about him.
we won't talk about him. So that was a no-no.
So Langley was 6 months out of high school, decided he needs to be mature. So like, did you tell anybody, or you just went to your recruiter?
Okay, so I talked to my dad about it after. I was like, what do you think? You're a bad idea. And he was like, like, that's pretty much.
I imagine that's most of what your dad says.
Yeah,
You're like, hey, Frank,
Like,
what's up?
Sweet.
Yeah, it's either like, hey, he's gonna,
What's up, Frank?
yeah, pretty much. But no, he was like, no one can make that decision for you. You're going to have to make that yourself. And my fiance was more than happy to make that decision for me and tell me not
It's like,
to
you're
do
going to
it.
be gone for months at a time? Great.
Right? But no, she was like...
You're like, thanks, babe. I'm not listening.
pretty much. That's how that went. But no, she was like... First, she was like, don't do it. And then, like, literally the next day, which she's good about, is being super supportive. She was like, oh, yeah, and you know what? Never mind. We're going to get through this 4.5 months. It's not nothing. You can do it. We can do it. I was like, all right, awesome. So then I went to the recruiter, and he was like, yeah, you need to lose some weight. That was literally the
my
first
gosh.
thing.
Hey, you're a fat piece of crap. Lose some weight.
Pretty much, yeah. And so I was going to
So
join.
what did you weigh?
I weighed 260 when I joined. I'm down to 206 now. So
Holy freaking
And the thing is-
crap.
50 pounds of that is muscle.
maybe. I don't know about that.
How many push-ups?
Are you saying that
How
he
many
only
push-ups
has 50 pounds
consecutively
of...
have you done?
The most I've ever done, I think, is 72.
Holy crap.
For,
I thought I was cool because I got 25 in once.
Yeah, 72.
For a week.
How many crunches or sit-ups have you done?
sit-ups, I maxed my sit-ups at 82 for the PT
my
test.
Gosh.
So
Oh my gosh, I'm so fat.
that's when you're doing like the same
I
thing
am
day in
so
day
fat.
out, like every day in basic
Well,
training.
yeah,
is
because
push-ups, sit-ups,
when-
2-mile run.
When you are on...
Oh
When
no,
you-
dude! Yeah.
The thing is, like, when you have people literally forcing you to work out, you can do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if they would, like, for some reason, because I had to sign the draft when I turned 18. If I got called in the draft, they'd be like, all right, you fat piece of crap.
You're out of here.
Here you go. No, they wouldn't say here.
Or F.
They're like, we are fighting China.
No, doctor.
They're a
it's
bunch
not
of
asthma,
ninjas.
It's just
You
fat
need to-
on my lungs.
You need
We're
to fight them.
fighting ninjas.
Anyways, so you went to the recruiter. He's like, you're a fat piece of crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then,
Well, then after I lost the weight, I came in. I was like, all right, let's go infantry.
how'd you lose weight?
I
He stared it off.
You're like, I quit eating.
pretty much, yeah. No, I pretty much, I just started eating. I didn't eat out anymore. I cut out sugar, and I ran like 3 times a week, and I thought it was cool for that. So
You are
I mean,
cool.
quickly
That's-
realized that was not
That's
enough.
about 6 times more than what I run a year, so...
Well, that's the thing. Like during basic, you're running over 10 miles a week, and it's just sucks. Like it's
Yeah.
Olympic
miserable.
runners run more than that.
No, I bet they do. There were people that would like, not in my group, but I heard about people that went there, got
Not
selected for
my
the
group.
Olympics, and then got taken out to go do the Olympics, then come back for
No.
training.
That's sick, dude.
Wow.
So, but people are like mad about that because it's like, how can you be taken out for the Olympics, but you can't be taken out for any other reason? You know, for
The
extra-
Olympics are important. They bring the world
You're
together.
repping for America. I mean,
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
So you lost a bunch of weight, you went to the army, and
Yeah.
what was your, like, okay, so you're leaving. You're all packed. What do you
Mhm.
pack to go to basic?
When I went to basic, I literally packed. I didn't pack a change of clothes because I knew I was going straight to the reception center, and I was hoping that I'd get issued clothes to wear, which was a big. Yeah, that was a bad idea on my
It was
part.
a big oopsie.
Yeah, should have been more prepared. But actually, I did end up getting clothes as soon as I got there. But I only packed like a jeans, hoodie, and a toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant. That was about it. So we got to the reception center, and basically, I finished. I was on season 3. I think it was like the last episode of Rick and Morty. I was super mad because I couldn't finish it. I was like right there at
Oh
the
my
tail end of
gosh.
it, and I was like watching it, and Grace texted me and she's like, she's like, proud of you, love you, you're gonna do great. I was like, thanks, babe. And I was like watching the rest of Rick and Morty. I was like, oh, and I was like 5 minutes out for finishing the episode. Didn't get to finish it. I still haven't finished it. I should finish it on my way home. But yeah, so pretty much it was complete hell from there on out. And the reception process is 10 days long. So it's literally 10 days of you sitting. You're only sleeping. I think we were up for 48 hours the first night there. So we got there.
Goodness.
We
I
were
was
up-
up for 20 hours recently driving back from Florida continuously. Actually like 27 hours. I woke up at 7:30, maybe it was 8, and then drove and then hung out for a day and then left at 2:30 and drove until 11:30 the next
Right.
day. And I was exhausted. And the longest I've ever stayed up I just did it because I could do it. I stayed up for 52 hours. That is the longest I've ever stayed up.
No envy you.
It was very miserable, and I remember slightly hallucinating. Nothing too bad. That was a miserable thing. And the first day that you are in this army experience, you were up for 48 hours, you said?
Yeah, 40. It was
That
like
is ridiculous, dude.
we got there on the first night, and they're like, "All right, here we go. You ready?" And they're like, "You know what? You guys got 3 hours. You're gonna get some rest, and then we'll get up, start next day."
And you get in trouble for sleeping.
Yeah, you get in trouble you get smoked for sleeping. So it's just like you don't do it, and so
Or you sleep very discreetly.
yeah. I actually
Sleep
before I
with your eyes
joined,
open, standing straight up.
dude, there were guys that would do that, and they would end up
Sleep doing push-ups.
have guys collapsing. Ridiculous. It was stupid stuff, but yeah. So they told us we were gonna get 3 hours of sleep. And then they sit upstairs and they're like, "You know what? You need to clean this whole bay, just because." So we had to clean the whole bay.
Like, hey, so you know that discipline you're lacking?
Literally. So we clean the whole bay. We get done, and then it's like 3 nights in, and everything's already going to hell. We got this guy that's like, "I'm gonna kill myself," and he's like going on about how he's gonna off himself, and he's gonna off half the bay. I'm like, "All right, awesome, let's do it."
Let's do it. Oh my god.
You're like, you do realize like a ton of people here have guns, right?
Yeah, and so
Like you're gonna like maybe shoot one person and then be put down by 100 bullets.
well, the thing is, when people do stupid stuff like that, they go on suicide watch, which makes everybody else suffer because you have fire guard at night where 4 people are up for an hour and you rotate shifts throughout the whole night, throughout the entire bay. So when you have someone go on suicide watch, then you have 8 people on shift.
Oh.
And so you're just pissing everybody off when you do that because everybody
So then
else
you're
is
on
mad.
murder watch. So then 4 more people have to be.
Exactly,
And it
yeah.
just escalates from there. Because then it gets back all the way down to it where everybody just gets to sleep and the person that wants to kill himself just goes and kills himself because it's easier that way.
Right. Well, the thing that was irritating is that guy, we were doing suicide watch once, and I had to pull a 2-hour shift, and I went down there, and you literally just watched the guy sleep.
Making sure he doesn't
For 2
strangle
hours.
himself with his shoelaces.
Yeah. I just sat there for 2 hours and watched the guy sleep, and he was talking about how miserable he was because he had
And
to.
you're like, yeah,
Yeah, right? And so, like, yeah.
He's like cuddled up with like a teddy bear. He's like, I don't like this at all.
It's
And
true.
you're just sitting there like full uniform, like, yup.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucked because you had to get, like, at nighttime when you went to bed, you'd have to put on full kit. So you'd be in full kit with your rifle indoors in the barracks.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know nothing's going to happen, but
Yeah.
you're sitting around with helmet on, you got your ACH on, you got your full flick vest, and you're in full uniform. And
it's awesome. But
it's
not.
awesome up until you're doing it every night for 4.5 months.
And real quick,
Then
You-
you're on suicide watch.
yeah.
you shot a lot of guns
Mm,
because you're very patriotic and your dad was in the army and
right.
you shoot a lot of guns because you're from Northwest Ohio.
Mm.
How many people from your platoon had not shot a gun before?
There was actually a lot.
I know there is because I was talking to a guy. We went to a gun show. I forget how this all worked out. I was at my brother's house, and he has a friend who's in the army. He weighs like $130. He's real
Like
small.
me.
He had never shot a pistol, and he was in the military. He was in the army. He had never shot a pistol
That's
in his
believable.
entire life. I know you believe that. I can't believe that. I've shot pistols. I'm not in the army. I'm just a civilian.
I shoot
Right.
pistols at my friends.
Yeah, it's fun. Airsoft pistols and
No,
real
real
pistols.
things.
Yeah.
I'm just a bad
Silas
shot.
no longer has a leg.
It's prosthetic.
It's fake.
Just
But I've
clicks it
shot-
off and
he had
puts
never
it on the table.
he had never shot a revolver. It was just weird to me. But after that, now I just expect everybody because he was from a big city.
Uh,
I'm from the country-ish place where we
That's how we power our vehicles out here in the country.
yeah we just keep shooting a gun into the motor until it keeps working.
right.
Yeah.
But like we have a river behind our house and we would shoot in the river all the time. And because what are you gonna kill? Fish? Nobody cares about fish.
Right.
And so
PETA.
Hit a
No
main
one-
gas line running.
does
through
anyone
the
really care? Does anyone
It's
really
boom.
care about PETA?
No, nobody does. Everybody thinks PETA's a joke.
Everybody that's woke. And so tell us about like because you've trained with ARs. You've shot ARs.
Yeah, so you have
You know how to not keep your finger on the freaking trigger.
Actually, that's the funny thing. You're a lot of the I'm not even going to that. Never mind. So
Do it. Why not?
the craziest part is like a lot of the training, like you're not really trained not to flag someone with a weapon. Like it's not really a part of your.
Seriously?
It's never really mentioned. Like if you have a loaded weapon.
How many
yeah.
fatalities happened near me?
Thankfully none, but I'm trying to think.
Please
It
none in
was
your
funny.
platoon.
We had all these guys that were super like hardcore ghetto out of the hood gangsters. Like they thought they were they told us that. Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm so hard. I'll beat you and all this." I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like just going off. And then they get to shoot. We get to there's a whole entire month set apart in basic for shooting. And we got to that part of the phase and they're like, "I've never shot a gun in my life." I'm like, "Well, for taking so many lives and just being that's amazing."
Like I just shanked people with my toothbrush.
You know what I did? I saw someone post something on Instagram and I didn't like it, and I left a mean comment. That's how
right.
hard I am.
That's
Wow.
right. Dude, yeah, no, there was a lot of fights.
I'm from
towards the end.
an
I
inner
would use
city.
Gen Z language, but I don't understand Gen Zers.
Gen Zers. Wait,
Even
are
though-
they like the one below
We are-
us? Or am I
they-
in Gen Z?
I
We
think
are
you're-
Gen Z. Every single person in this room is a Gen Zer.
Ooh.
See, I thought
And I
we
don't
were
freaking-
millennials.
No, we're not.
See, doesn't that blow your mind a little bit though? Like in the army, you don't shoot. I don't know. They don't teach you proper gun. Do they teach you proper gun safety?
Well, here's the
so-
thing: proper gun safety saves lives. In the military, you're there to end lives.
True.
True.
Kinda. And the thing is,
No, I don't know
I think
anything
at
about
this
the military.
point, at this
I think they're
current moment,
ships. I
this
don't
is
know.
my opinion, and you probably have a better perspective, Langley. Do you prefer like Frank now?
Yeah, I prefer Frank now.
Okay,
just
I'll call you
because
Frank
of how like I don't know. I was
You've
called
been called
Frank,
Frank.
a lot in the workplace, and then like got in the army, it was all Bartoe, and then when I was called by my first name, it was Frank. So
Okay,
I'm not-
Bartoe.
I'm not even used to. Yeah, I heard that way too much. I'm not even used to like Langley is actually kind of second hand.
I'll just call you
now, more
Bartoe
so.
now from now.
All right, that's cool.
Anyways,
Okay.
All right.
yep, I forgot my question. Continue.
Aha.
I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, you were talking about a perspective that you had that like,
Yes.
you felt I'd have a much better perspective of, but you weren't sure.
Nope, still off.
Oh, okay.
My brain's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to think. Okay, here's one of my worst experiences. My most heartbreaking experience in basic training was when we would do these FTXs. That's where you go out to the field for like a week and you do training. And we were out there and everybody was making coffee. You'd get these MRE packets of coffee and you'd put into your canteen. You'd have to heat up the metal canteen to drink the coffee. Or to make the coffee. And I saw everybody doing this. I was like, this is a great idea. I spent like a solid 2 hours scavenging through like trash MRE bags, finding like unused packets of it.
Oh my gosh.
Completely like 2 hours, like, sat my cup on the like heater for like solid 45 minutes. I finally got made, and we have these hooches. I know that sounds weird. We have hooches.
Yeah.
And you have like one here, and it's like houses, like kind of like you have,
Okay.
like three. And they're like small little huts. And so I made mine in another platoon's tent. I came out and I was walking, mind you, literally from like here to there.
Like 10 foot?
It's not that far. Like,
Okay, like
they're
7.
probably like 12, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit of a fail on
From
my
here
part.
to there, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah, that was off. It was like, okay, so it's roughly like 12, 15 feet, maybe. I don't know. But so I'm walking and drill sergeant comes out of nowhere, bat out of hell, just steps in front.
What are you doing, Bartoe?
Literally, he's like, "What are you doing out here?" Because when you're out in the field, you're treating as though you're deployed. So you treat.
Okay.
So I stepped outside of a fortification and I didn't have any gear on. I just had my OCPs on.
Like you get sniped in the face.
Yeah, and so my drill sergeant's like, "What are you doing, Bartoe?" And he's like, "You're dead. Lay down." So that's like when you die, you have to lay down on the ground, and then you have to have like two battle buddies to come get you, and then add another 4 to that to pull 360 security.
And are
So you
people
don't get
pissed off
shot.
at you at this point?
And people are pissed at you, like they're
Oh my
coming out
gosh.
like,
See, that just sounds like a fun game to me, and I do that all the time.
right?
What?
Yeah. So mind you, I have this hot cup of coffee that I just spent like 2 hours making. And he's like, "Lay on the ground now." I was like, "What am I supposed to do with my coffee?" Drill sergeant grabs and just tosses it behind him. And
You're
he's like, "Get
well,
on the
that was
ground."
2 hours of my life. Cool.
And just like, I never had a more heartbreaking experience in my life. Like
Just
that,
like
was, that was
silent-
more heartbreaking.
You're just like, okay,
Subtitle-
now I want to kill myself.
Like my dog died before I left, and I think that hurt more. Honestly.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Like it's just like so much hard work, and you're like sleep deprived. Like we're running on like 5 hours of sleep, and you're like, oh.
In the last 48 hours.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the field, like it was so bad. M240s, Call of Duty guns.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Langley's laying there. Subtitles pop up. Sad sounds.
Sounds-
Just
Pretty much.
Just Bartoe.
Internal
And
screaming.
It's just asterisk. Sad sounds asterisk.
Internal screaming. I like that one.
Yeah, that's actually more accurate. You
Yeah.
wouldn't get beat up for that.
Dude, no, I've never laid on the ground with so much regret in my life. Like, just, I didn't know where I was at that point. Like, man, that hurt. But no, so, trying to think. Oh, yeah, that very night. Because we were out there. It was like day 4 out of 6. And
Oh crap!
is my mic not connected?
No. I was just saying. You're saying it's day
Oh,
4
no, I
out
just
of
wanted to
6,
ink the
and that
score.
just sucks.
Sorry. Yeah, so,
I had no idea where that burp came from.
yeah, I don't know.
That happened. I was like, what the heck?
Just like, wow, these magical ear hole things.
Ooh.
Crazy. Surround sound burping.
Anyways,
But no, so it's like day like 5, and we're all sleeping, and there's like someone on fire guard, and so our drill sergeant thought the way to wake us up that morning would be to shoot the M240 Lima right outside of our door. So this was literally like right
that's a
outside.
40.
No, this is
Nope,
a
I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm a civilian.
okay. You know, like the MG40s on like Call of Duty.
Sure, no.
You know,
Yes.
like the LMGs.
Yeah.
Think of
Oh, yeah,
LMGs.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Light
So-
machine gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, he starts throwing down, like shooting off blanks, like these sim rounds, right outside of our hooch, and everybody's like, "Oh God, get up!" And so everybody's up, and everybody's dressed, and you have these sleeping bags that you can cocoon yourself in. So you like pull up over. They're like meant for like negative 40-degree weather,
Oh my gosh.
and so I was in mine, and someone kicked me. They're like, "You gotta get up." I'm like, "What happened?" So I slept through that. So I'm like, "Wow, I would die because if a firefight broke out, I
Oh
would
my
just
gosh,
sleep
dude.
right through it." But
That is
That's-
insane amount of sleep deprivation to be
I'm
able
not-
to sleep through a gunfire.
I have been there.
yeah,
I have not because I respect my body.
I don't respect my body.
no, I know.
I put my feet in blenders.
He's lying.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
He's like, "What do you think?" Puts his feet on
He
the table.
puts his
There's just like
I'm
nugs.
like, it's time for your interview. I'm just like, don't break eye contact with you. Just blending my foot inside of it.
blood, like,
You want a
splattered.
Bloody Mary?
He's like, I was
There's, like,
I was
toenails
a
and
guest
everything.
star on Can It Blend.
There's an eyeball in it for some odd reason.
This is for
Toenail
my
come
dog.
Up, sticks into your face. You just don't break eye contact just the entire time.
You pass. You can be on this.
Yeah, but yeah, no. It sucked. Basically sucks. That's
See, we're all civilian. I honestly,
Yep, that makes sense.
it sounds brutal. It sounds brutal, dude.
it is. Yeah, though I think the worst night we had when it came to like being outside was there was one time where it was like negative 14 out, and that was
Oh.
miserable because you're standing outside and they're like, go brush your teeth and go to the bathroom, do whatever you gotta do. It's like you're not brushing your teeth when it's negative 14. I brought mouthwash and it froze completely.
Holy crap.
So
You're
like,
like, I pee and it freezes
well, the
as
thing is,
soon as it comes out.
like
Before
in-
it's out of my pee
the guys that the guys that did bring toothpaste, it froze and it exploded in their rucksack. So I was like, what's the point? I mean, that
Yeah.
was kind of you're all around screwed
That
either
is
way.
crazy.
But
Dude, that's insane.
Well, I'm very glad that you, if needed, which I hope not,
Yes.
be used. Although technically, if we're really needed and there's a draft, all of us will be drafted.
And then we're screwed because can you imagine me, Sam, and James running around with AR shooting Japs?
Shoot, why is it Japanese?
I don't know.
Okay, let's wrap up.
sounds
Thank
good.
you so much, Langley, for coming.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Bartoe / Frank / Langley.
But
Okay,
never
cool.
Langley. Only
Thank you, Frank Langley Bartoe.
The
Langley.
fifth, the fifth. You don't want to forget
The
that.
fifth.
Holy
We
crap.
don't want to throw the last four in. I mean,
So thank you so much for coming on this podcast. We're really glad to have you. Sam, thank you for contributing a few words here and there. Silas, you're always a treat.
That's right. I'm sweet.
I'm here. I'm ready to do
sweet
this
like a
thing.
Snickers bar. All right.
So thank you
like
guys
a
so much for
Snickers.
joining us. Give me 2 seconds. I'm ending this the correct way.
Although we didn't start off like this whatsoever.
No, we did not. It doesn't matter. So be sure to check us out on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, PodBean, and Google Play. Email us if you have any questions or if you want to be on the podcast at thispodcastislava@gmail.com or on Instagram, thispodcastislava. Just send us a DM. We have free stickers. If you
They're
wanna-
free.
If you want a free sticker, we will send it to your P.O. box or your mailing address.
All that it will cost you
Is
is
nothing.
your undying attention and adoration and $500.
Yeah,
Please,
so send us
report.
$500 to our PayPal. at thispodcastislava.com.
And then you get a free sticker.
If you
Yeah.
send us $1 million, we'll take you to Six Flags on us.
You just listened to that podcast, didn't you?
I've already heard it. I heard that one way.
Okay,
way
I listened to
back.
that.
Yeah, they've been doing it.
yesterday. So Langley has no idea. What
I mean, I'd rather take him to Cedar Point. I feel like it's a higher class.
It is.
Boo.
So we'll take him to.
I also don't like roller coasters, so
We'll take Sam to Cedar Point.
Thank you so much for joining us, and have a lovely morning, noon, and night.
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes.
Sam, say something funny.
Nope, you're fired.
Yep. you're
dang
fired.
it, that was my funny moment.
See you.